Welcome back to the After Party Podcast.
It's episode 3, and today we have Carly here from Surmesur. Did I pronounce that right?
It was perfect. Yeah, you did great.
Thanks for being on today. We're so
Thank
excited.
I love that. Would you like to give a little background story on Surmesur and how we got here today?
Yeah, so Surmesur means made to measure in French. It is a French-Canadian company that has slowly grown throughout Canada. We also have a location in Pittsburgh and in Mexico City, which is very cool.
International.
Yes.
I love that.
And yeah, I'm at the Toronto location.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. What's your favorite location, Toronto?
Obviously, I'm biased.
I love that.
We're very lucky. We're right by Berksey Park and the Flatiron Building and the St. Lawrence Market, Union Station. It's very accessible. It's a really cute neighborhood, so we're very excited to be in this neck of the woods.
Yeah, I would say it's even a great day trip if people are coming from the GTA to come down, get, fitted, and then go off in, the neighborhood. It's beautiful.
I often recommend, you can go for a nice date night after, or even go to a game or a concert and make a whole day of it.
So, my first question for you is, how did you get into the world of custom suits?
Yeah, so I actually always found growing up that clothing never really fit me properly.
Yeah.
I always was the tallest person, one of the tallest people in all my classes. And I started at a young age. My mom found a newspaper article of sewing classes for kids. And I kind of started from there. I used to figure skate as well, so I started making my own costumes because the leotards were not long enough for my torso. So I started doing that as well.
I love that.
And then, yeah, kind of went to fashion school and kind of kept going from there. Was in different industries, did a little film, did some bridal.
There you go.
And now I'm here.
There you go.
I love that. It's such a whirlwind story to get here.
So many ways I relate when it comes to clothing. I feel like, being a non-binary person, it's like the masculine, the feminine, and then I'll do a lot of thrifting and vintage so that I can fit it to me and what I like, even though it might not be in the men's section, it might be, something from another section, and then I spice up to make my own. So
No, I love
definitely
that.
feel that. Yeah.
Yay.
And also a fellow sewer, so I love to.
And also on that, so many people have different body types. I feel like so many other stores, it's just a box type. Even myself, it's your dimensions are all over the place. It's so nice to have custom tailored fits for I have long arms. We share the longevity of that.
And
So
we have a beautiful jacket there
Yes.
that works perfectly for
Also-
you and for yourself as well, Marco.
Yes.
Actually, would you like to kind of go more into detail as to what we're wearing
Is there anything you
today?
wanted to mention about these specific?
I mean, honestly,
fits?
I'm really loving, we're kind of showcasing a little bit more of summer vibes. Summer's around the corner. What you're wearing is Cavani, and it is a lovely bamboo, silk, linen, and wool blend.
I love that.
So super great for summer. It feels very luxurious, but also so breathable. So even in that sticky August weather, you're still gonna be very comfortable.
Yeah.
And then for yourself, you are wearing the lovely VBC, and it's in this beautiful kind of copper tone here. And we went with the shawl lapel, and it is 100% wool, but it's a lighter weight wool. So it's from their Perennial Solids collection, so you can wear that year round, which is obviously amazing.
It's so cute. I love this.
And it goes so well with your hair.
Thank you. I know. I'm all copper right now.
Yeah.
I have my eye on this for all the summer weddings.
Yes. No, it'll be perfect.
Yeah.
And what about yourself? What about your coat?
Yes, so I am wearing something from Retta. I really like it. I kind of made it to make it more of a bridal look. I really wanted to showcase to women that we do a women's wear.
Oh, for sure.
But there's a lot of moments where maybe it's a cooler day than we anticipate. And instead of just figuring something out, we could have a beautiful bridal blazer that it kind of goes really nicely with the wedding dress or wedding gown that you chose.
Yes. Bring it to the point about partnerships and why our partnership is really great, because we talk to a lot of couples, a lot of queer couples, a lot of straight couples, and the men are always oh my gosh, when should I do this? Because they're I don't know, I'm just here for the ride, babe. And we're timelines. And then we're okay, this is when you need to go see Carly, okay?
Yes,
Make sure you get it in there, get in the calendar. You don't want to be late, because then it's going to be the month before, and you're I still don't have that thing. And then we're babe, we told you months ago.
Yes, I often find that men are getting better, but I try to get a sweet spot of 10 weeks. If we're doing wedding parties, 3 months. And something new that I've kind of started is I elect the best man or the best individual to take care of the other people in the wedding party, making sure that everyone comes in time for their fittings. So then that's not on the groom or the bride. And then, yeah, it just really helps with the timelines, a little bit of ease. I always say too, the sooner the better. If you know what you're looking for, get it out of the way, cross that off the list, because we all know there's so many moving parts. So getting in early and finding exactly what you like is a lot easier for everyone.
And you want the experience to be easy and fun. And someone like you, it's so easy to do that.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, we were selecting our outfits. We had so much fun trying on so many different outfits. Like, you curate the experience for the person.
You definitely have the eye.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And like our main thing is there isn't a lot for the groom side, so we like to offer what's called a measurement party, where everyone can come in and get measured. You can throw on a fun playlist, bring in your own food, bevies. We often a little toast at the beginning.
Like a drink?
I mean,
allowed to have a
sure,
drink.
absolutely, yes.
Fine.
And we always try to curate and have like different whiskeys, obviously Canadian whiskeys. So, you know, just a moment to celebrate everyone.
I love that. So what makes made to measure? Because you said this to us last time when we were getting our fittings. We came in last week. You're like, this is not retail. This is made to measure. Everything is custom. So why is that important and special?
So it's really important because even for me last week, I went to go try to find a simple top to wear to work and to an event. And I spent 4 hours, couldn't find anything. Everything was $100 or more for polyester. Where here we basically have all natural fibers, which is huge because breathability, it's super comfortable. And then made to measure is your measurements down to your postures, how you naturally stand, how your shoulder sits. It feels so much more comfortable because it's built and made for you.
Exactly.
And you get to design it, so it's super fun.
Yeah, and I think on your wedding day, that's like the vibe you want to have. You want to feel like the superstar.
Yeah.
So like this is the perfect fit.
And I'm about 4 years in now, and it's still to this day the first time someone tries on a piece of clothing that actually fits them. The change of confidence and look in their face is everything. It makes my job, it makes my week. Like every time it happens, it's like you feel the emotion of like, oh wow, this is for me. Like it's very personal.
It's the same way with events, you know.
I was going to say the same thing. Like it's the same feeling that we get.
When we see the smile on our customers' faces, when you know we've done the job like beyond their wildest dreams, and that gratification is like the reason why I keep on doing what I do every day.
Yeah. It's so nice when they walk in the door and they're like, oh, you nailed the vision.
Exactly.
You nailed the suits, like everything fits, the vision looks stunning. Like it's so nice to see the whole piece come together.
And then when your work and our work comes together, it makes magic.
Exactly. So I'm very excited for this partnership. I think it's going to be amazing how like we work so well together.
Yeah, and we've known each other since we met at the bridal show last year.
Yeah.
And I think even since then about building partnerships, this is why we do it, because you can make really good friends out of it. I'm so happy you came to our booth last year. You popped in and I was like, this girl has the right energy.
Well, that's what we want. It's like we're all in the same industry and we're all wanting to make that special day so special for everyone. So, you know, finding the right people is huge.
Okay, so now that we're almost wrapping up our segment 1, how would you describe our next look that you're about to see?
We wanted to show some variety. Versatility.
Yeah, for the queers.
So this is more of our evening look, a little bit more black tie. We're all in variations of tuxedos. Do we know the difference between what is a tuxedo versus a suit?
When I think of tuxedo, I think more fancy.
Sure.
I think of you literally satin lapels, a little bit more structured, a lot more finesse.
Not your smart casual, but your gala.
Exactly. So the main idea is basically the only concept is adding that satin to the lapel, into the pockets. That's the main difference between suit and tuxedo. And there's tuxedos lean a little bit more traditional. So I have something called the gauntlet cuff, and so do you over there. You're wearing the velvet, you're wearing a midnight navy, and I'm wearing this beautiful kind of paisley silk.
And you
so
match us perfectly.
Yes.
You're like a mixture of us.
It's like I planned it.
We didn't do a fitting last week, but that's what you're supposed to do because we're planners.
There we go. There we go. So yeah, honestly, like I wanted to make sure that we coordinated. I have a lot of couples now that we want to coordinate. We don't want to match. So we want to showcase each other's styles and visions, but not feel like we're going to prom.
You still want your own vision, your own look, but it's like similar and cohesive with the rest.
Exactly. Yeah.
So when you look at your photos, it actually looks like, wow, coordinated.
Yes.
And that is a perfect segue into our next question. So when you think of grooms, what do you think people are doing wrong? Or like even like, honestly, it could be brides too, also wearing suits at their weddings. What do you think people are doing wrong, or what would you like to change?
I mean, I wouldn't say anyone's doing anything necessarily wrong. I would just say giving yourself lots of time. We already kind of talked about that because that is one thing that there's only so much I can do for timelines. So that's one thing that I really try to stress, the 10-week mark, 3 months for wedding parties. Everything else, it kind of comes down to, I always ask, what is your vision? Where are we getting married? What's the location? And we're kind of going with the vibes of not only the day, but the venue. So it doesn't really make sense to have a very Western themed wedding if we're coastal beach wedding. So finding those, opportunities to go with the whole vision and bringing it all together.
And that's even where the event planner can come in and be like, hey, this
Exactly.
is what the vibe is, what we're going to put decor, the venue,
For
location.
sure.
If you want maybe a vibe, this is maybe the color palette.
Exactly. Like if we're going to a formal ballroom, maybe we're not wearing like, something that's not as elevated as it needs to be for the venue.
Yeah,
Totally.
I love that.
Well, on par with our stunning black tie outfits, what do you think are 2026's biggest fashion moments?
I've been really loving the menswear on the red carpets. The last 5 years has been a huge shift and it's been so lovely. Like Coleman Domingo, he always looks incredible.
Stunning.
Pedro Pascal, Bad Bunny, all of them, they're just having so much fun. Even with small accessories, like we don't have to have such a loud outfit, but then bringing in like a simple accessory, brooches are everywhere right now. And just tying in little moments to elevate a piece. You don't have to spend a crazy amount, but then just adding a little touch really can elevate, a classic blazer.
Yeah. What about you? What are any fashion moments for you that stick out?
I was going to mention Pedro as well at the red carpets. I believe it was the Oscars, like his massive floral. I don't know. Was that a brooch?
I
was
would
it
say
embellished on the blazer?
Yeah, it was some sort of embellishment. I'm not sure if it was a brooch per se, but yeah, it was stunning.
I'm obsessed with that look. With the Met Gala coming out too in May, I'm always obsessed with those looks. Like Bad Bunny's last or the year before when he did the backless Jack Mies, like when I believe he was one of the co-chairs. So I'm really excited for this year to see all of our bold fashion, elegant black tie, but come into more fun, vibrant ways.
Yeah.
Mine are a little not as black tie, but just moments from the year. Miley Cyrus's reunion for Hannah Montana. She was wearing so many iconic looks, especially bringing in that Y2K vibe because that's kind of the modern thing that we're living in for like day to day. But she also brought in that Gucci, like Hannah Montana wearing Gucci and Prada, like babe, like we've elevated, which is amazing. But then you also have like Coachella coming up, and Coachella outfits are always kind of a moment where you're
Coachella this year.
Exactly. So I'm excited to kind of see what comes out of that because it being like early in the year, it'll set the tone for like festival season moving forward into the summer.
Actually, side question, have you noticed any Y2K trends coming back in like suit fashion?
A bit more 80s vibes. I would say denim wise, because we also sell denim. A lot of my denim that I've been styling recently is definitely giving more of that Y2K kind of vibes. But yeah, suit wise, it's still kind of more of a refined elegance, but then bringing in the 80s, which is kind of fun. Yeah.
I feel like I've been seeing a lot of the 80s too, which is great.
Like 80s, 90s, it's all over. It's all the vintage.
Okay, so let's say I'm newly engaged, my wedding is coming up in the next 12 months. Where is my head at? What do I need to do for this part?
Yeah,
Because I got my wedding planners, you know,
We love
Cazador
it.
taking
But,
care.
Of course.
You know?
Cazador's booked. What happens when we get here?
Yes, so essentially, I like to reach out beforehand to kind of get a little bit of insight of where the venue is. If you have any photos of inspiration, I love when you come in with some sort of an idea, just because we have over 8,000 fabrics to choose from with hundreds of customizations. So it can get a little overwhelming if we have no vision at all. But if we have plenty of time to plan, if we're a year out, that gives us some time to kind of like, okay, I have no idea what I want, so let's start looking at fabrics. We can start from scratch, but I like to try to streamline it. So say we're getting married in a ballroom, we're probably going for a tuxedo. Are we wanting the classic black? Do we want a velvet? Do we want a midnight navy? Do we want some texture, some pattern? We could do a dinner jacket. So lots of fun little things. And I don't know if you want to show off your inner lining here.
Ooh.
So we could do a DIY
Shout
lining.
out to all the basketball people out there.
There we go, a little Raptors
I look like a basketball
moment.
wife right now.
And just really tying in some moments of like creating a DIY lining with your own photos, having little moments like monograms or the inscription on the inside. I love it when we have a little cheeky moment. Maybe we pop the collar, there's something underneath.
That really makes it custom.
Yeah.
personal.
One of my grooms, it was so sweet. It was quite funny. He did his future wife's drunk order. So it was fries, no salt.
Oh, okay.
So when it was time for party time, we did a little pop the collar moment. And it really it was kind of like a nice first look on the dance floor, and it got some great reactions for photos. So that was really, really fun.
Okay, cool. What should people keep a lookout for? On the socials? Do they go
Yeah,
on
I
Instagram?
would say, Surmesur Instagram always. That is the best place to see what we're up to. I also have my personal Instagram where I like to showcase a lot of people that I've worked with to kind of give a firsthand look, because I totally understand when we come in and see a swatch, I find the biggest pain point for people is to visualize that swatch as a suit or as a skirt. So
do you do a lot of like Pinterest boards and vision boards, or do they come to you with that?
So I use a lot of inspiration on my Instagram as well as Surmesur. They use a lot of ideas there, and just showcasing like a lot of visuals the best we can, but using AI to our advantage. I really like using an app called Sora. It's pretty fun. Yeah, so you basically scan your face, then you take a photo of the swatch, and then you can prompt it. It's not always going to be like the exact thing, but it definitely helps. I even had a groom use Gemini, which really helped him visualize to kind of make that process a lot easier.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, do we have any fun current people that we're working with, current clients, customers that, you know, really excite you at the moment?
That you can talk about.
Yes, we have a lot of fun coaches with the NHL Coaches Association that we get to work with. They've all been amazing, so that's super fun. We have a lot of fun partnerships. Actually, I was just at the Junos.
There we go.
So Billy Talent got an amazing award, the Humanitarian Award, and Ian Desaw, who's the guitarist, wore a suit that I made him to accept the award.
Cool.
So that was really
That's
incredible, really amazing moment for me.
Yes.
That, you know,
big
to
accomplishment.
see that.
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you. So that
Supporting
was a really
Canadian
big
talent as well.
Exactly. So we're always
Very
trying to find
Canadian here.
exactly.
Which is how we should be.
Exactly. Yes.
Awesome. Well, this has been amazing.
Thank you guys
so
so
much
much
for hosting us, letting us come in the shop.
Thank you for giving us these great clothes that we unfortunately can't take home.
But you know they're
stunning.
here when you need them.
Exactly. I may come back for that brown.
You know? Yes, exactly. It looks so good on you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. We have lots of summer weddings, and summer is my favorite season. So, you know,
Yeah.
why not?
Same. I can't wait. And the fact that it snowed, it really broke my heart today. But it's okay. It's coming.
Yes, make sure to come in store. What's the address?
So we are at 33 Yonge Street at Berksea Square. We're right at the Berksea Park, Scott Street. Yeah.
it's actually stunning. I'm like looking out at the park right now. I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
I can't wait for summer. It's gonna be great.
It's coming.
But thank
Be
you
sure
so
to get
much
your
for
tailored outfits from Surmesur.
Yeah.
And more to come, you know? We can't say too much now, but there's definitely stuff in the pipeline and we're really excited to be working together.
Yeah, we have some really fun
Yeah.
events and things happening soon.
Yeah,
So
we don't want to give away too much.
Stay tuned.
Yes, this is not the end. I will say you'll see us together very soon.
Sure.
Thank you so much, y'all. Thanks for watching the After Party Podcast.